Let's move on now to the third topic. And the third topic today comes to us from Angus Fergusson, who writes, I might be dating myself a little bit here, but when I was a kid, I used to love watching Fantasy Island. Never thought in a million years anyone would do a movie based on it, but apparently they're saying Sony is moving forward with one, and it's going to be directed by the guy who directed Kick-Ass 2. By the way, that guy's name is Jeff Wadlow. I'm torn. I want to be excited for this, but it just seems too odd. Can you give me some solid reasons to get excited for a Fantasy Island movie? All right, so for those of you who did not hear the news yesterday, it was announced that Sony, in cooperation with Blumhouse, which is on a massive hot streak right now, are making a Fantasy Island movie, and it's going to be directed by Kick-Ass 2 director, and he also just directed that little horror film for Blumhouse called Truth or Dare, that actually made a whole bunch of profit. It didn't make a lot of money at the box office, but they made it for like $2 or $3 million, so it made them a bunch of cash. Anyway, so he's directing it. Why would we feel excited about this? Well, I'm going to give you a couple reasons why I think there's potential to be excited for something like this. Number one is Blumhouse. Blumhouse is attached. Not everything Blumhouse does turns out to be gold, but a lot of what they do turns out to be gold. There's just something that they're doing over there that seems to have a really good touch, and everybody's really excited about this new Halloween movie they've got coming out. Everybody's kind of buzzing about that. I'm not, because I'm not a Halloween fan, but whatever. Everybody else is really excited about it. They seem to really know what they're doing. So that's one big reason to be excited about this. The second reason I think to be excited about this is this. Now, obviously Fantasy Island was a bit before my time. I was like a 5-year-old child, I think, when the show came out. But I remember when I was still younger, I watched reruns of it. Fantasy Island, I think when a lot of people think about that, they just think of Ricardo Montalban in a slick suit. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fantasy Island. That's a terrible Ricardo Montalban imitation, by the way. And then Andrei Vidachev going, boss, de plane, and everybody thinks it's light and fluffy and fun. I remember being scared as a kid watching some episodes of Fantasy Island, watching some of the reruns. Some of the episodes were dark and kind of scary. And they often delved into supernatural stuff and all that kind of stuff. You take that kind of source material and you put it in the hands of Blumhouse. So number one is just Blumhouse. Number two is the fact that this is, look past the veneer, the cheery, happy veneer of it. There's some really solid, dark, spooky potential you can do with a Fantasy Island and have some good light levity and humor all at the same time. So I think the material itself lends itself to being interesting, but it's perfect source material to put in the hands of a Blumhouse. So I think right there are a couple of solid reasons to have some. Now, does any of that mean the movie will be good? Obviously not. No, there is no guarantee this movie will be good. It could, quite frankly, be completely horrible. But if you're asking me for some legitimate reasons to have some optimism for it, I think those are two very solid, legitimate reasons to have some optimism for it. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited about this movie. I am. I'm really excited about it to see what they do. The big thing is, who do you cast as Mr. Rourke? Who do you cast to replace Khan, Ricardo Montalban? Who can you possibly get on this earth to play that role? I don't know. That's going to be a real tricky part. That is going to be a significantly tricky thing for them to do, because like when you think of Fantasy Island and that character, you just think of Ricardo Montalban. So what are they going to do? I don't know, but I'm going to tell you right now, as of right now, I'm one of the dudes who's kind of excited about this. I am really actually excited about this. All right, let's move on to the next topic.